On the far left of the political spectrum, there's a group that I labeled, for my framework, anti-capitalist. And their view is that the social, economic, political system is stacked against minorities and those at the lower end of the socioeconomic spectrum. And they view education as a tool to, if you will, raise the consciousness of young people to better understand that they're working in an environment that is racist and unfair and stacks the deck against them. And they're characterized by people like Bill Ayers, formerly of the Weather Underground, later a education professor. And Howard Zinn is one of their heroes, who wrote what I think is clearly a far-left socialist communist interpretation of American history called The People's History of the United States.
And then there's another group as well?
And then on the other end of the spectrum, there's a group that I call the structuralists, and their focus isn't the ideology of education. The anti-capitalists are focused on education as an ideological tool. At the right end of the spectrum is a group that I call structuralist. Their hero is Milton Friedman. And structuralist really means they're looking at the organizational structure of education, which right now is largely a monopoly system. And from my perspective, and I think their perspective, it's hard to find any place in any field where a monopoly works very well. So their preferred approach is to change the structure of education to one of school choice, where students and parents aren't stuck in a generally monopolistic system. So homeschooling, charter schools, private schools, public school choice, all of those things they think is the key to improving our educational system overall.